You know, Taylor, baseball is definitely back in full swing. We had USA winning the WBC last night, and then Iowa baseball, crushing the ball.
Right, and we're only 10 days away from MLB kicking off their regular season, so I can't wait for that either.
Yeah, very exciting. But back to Iowa baseball. Coming off an extra inning win Sunday, the Iowa men's team hosted Bradley at Duane Banks Field last night.
Iowa got it going early Wednesday night and never looked back. Jake Adams started it off for the Hawkeyes when he hit a single to drive in the first run of the game.
Already up 2-0 in the first, Tyler Cropley stepped up to the plate and belted a grand slam to put the Hawks up 6-0 after the first inning.
And the Hawks were not done. In the third inning, already up big, Robert Newstrom blasts another grand slam for the Hawks to put them up 12-1. That would end up being the final after 9 innings, with the Hawks claiming the victory.
Well, it was good to get off to a good start. They gave us some free bases in the first inning. Their starter was really struggling with his command. And, Cropley comes up 2 outs and hits a grand slam, which was big.
Now at 11-8 on this season, and on a 2-game winning streak, the Hawks are looking pretty good.
And the Hawkeyes will play their next game this Friday at 4:05 as they open up Big Ten play against Purdue.
The Iowa women's basketball team has been rolling in the NIT so far, winning their first 2 games. Alexis Davis has more on the Hawks, who look to stay hot in their game tonight.
The Hawkeyes will face Colorado tonight in the 3rd round of the NIT. Coach Bluter talks about how Megan Gustafson's post presence will make all the difference.
Yeah, it's amazing. Even just from last year to this year, she's increased her point production about 8 per game. She's almost doubled her rebounds from last year. Her field goal percentage has gone up 10%. One of her weaknesses last year that we gave her was, you're an average free throw shooter. You're a 61% free throw shooter. Now she's an 81% free throw shooter. And she just took that to heart, and she worked at that every day this summer and became our best free throw shooter that's on the floor. So that's the beauty of Megan, is I'm going to give her something this summer and she's going to go work on it. And boy, when you have players like that, anything is possible. You look at they won at California, they beat Kentucky. They have some really significant wins on their schedule. So we know that's possible. We know that they're a very good team. But again, I think my team is ready to roll. I think they're excited about Thursday, and they want to go another step farther.
The Hawks are looking to get their 20th win here tonight at Hawkeye Arena and also advance to the 4th round of the NIT.
The ladies will host Colorado in the 3rd round of the NIT tonight at 7 p.m. inside Carver Hawkeye Arena as they look to continue their run in the tournament.
The men's and women's basketball teams did not make their respective NCAA tournaments, but the students of the University of Iowa are still excited about March Madness and the road to the Final Four. Lucy Roden and Will Silverstein, headed to the Pentecost to see if their brackets were boom or bust.
Despite the Hawkeyes not making the tournament, March Madness has been nothing short of amazing.
We took to the Pentecost to see how Hawkeye students' brackets are doing. How's your bracket doing?
It's doing horrible.
Why?
I picked more upsets than the chalk, and the chalk's winning right now.
Once Duke lost to South Carolina, it was total just chaos.
Did you think for a second, man, I should have picked South Carolina?
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all?
So how'd your bracket do this year?
Really terrible.
Why?
Duke lost, and a lot of people in my group picked random teams like Arizona, UCLA, and mine's already out. Yeah.
Why'd you have Duke win it at all?
Because Grayson Allen, I have this big theory, right, that the villain always wins in these, and nobody likes Grayson Allen, right? Terrible face, just a horrible guy. But I found out that there's a bigger villain, and that's Lonzo Ball for UCLA.
So you think UCLA is going to win it all?
Absolutely.
Win the tournament.
Gonzaga.
You picked Gonzaga.
Yeah.
How do you feel so far?
Not good.
Not good?
No. After the performance against Northwestern, I am not very confident.
Yeah. Was it something? What made you pick Gonzaga?
Okay, so obviously they had an almost undefeated season. They lost to St. Mary's, and I just felt really good going in this year. They've had a history of kind of getting places, but they've never really capitalized, and I felt like this year could be their year.
So this year's their year. It hadn't been in the past, but you had a really good feeling this time.
Yes.
Yeah. The 2 things we learned today from the Pentecost is, number 1, don't pick Duke, and number 2, we're not the only ones with busted brackets.
Reporting from the Pentecost with busted brackets, this has been Lucy Rodine and Will Silverstein for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow as we take a look at a little bit of glitter.
And recap the women's basketball game against Colorado. Kenzie, back to you.